What's up? How are you all? So, we are going to talk about nodes at second house and eighth house axis. If Rahu or Ketu are in second house, or if Rahu or Ketu are in eighth house. What will happen if Rahu nodes are at this axis? Okay, so uh, we know the basics of the nodes. I've already discussed about the things which node represents in earlier videos, so you can check those videos if you want to know about the nodes. Plus uh, it is second house and eighth house. It is important to know what is this axis of second house and eighth house is like. So it is basically the wealth related axis. We can say that it is a wealth related axis because second house is the house of your wealth and eighth house is house of other people wealth. Understand that first house is you, seventh house is other people. Okay, so second house is your wealth, eighth house is other people wealth. So when second house and eighth house are involved, it is a basically wealth oriented axis. Okay, it is these are the houses of wealth. Okay, plus second house is your family, eighth house can be your spouse family or partner's family. That's why eighth house is seen for in-laws. Okay, eighth house is also your inheritance, occult, mysteries, secrecy, sudden events, accidents, and all. Those things are there in the eighth house. Emergencies, serving other people. It is the most important house for business. Eighth house. Okay, why so? Is that seventh house is the house of business. Eighth house is second from the seventh, so it represents wealth coming out of business. Okay, wealth of your business. So if eighth house is strong for someone, then it shows that he will start a business and he will be able to sustain it. He will be able to get wealth from it. Okay, it is easy to start a business, right? But you should be able to sustain that business. That sustenance of business can be seen from the eighth house because it is second from the seventh. So it shows that person has the ability to get wealth from his business to sustain it. Then as I said, it is also the house of inheritance. Eighth house represents many things. Eighth house is understand that eighth house is secrecy. So whatever is not covered under other houses, okay, whatever is not covered under other 11 houses can be dumped into the 8th house as it is the remaining things. Okay, it is anything you can search about. Okay, anything you can research and get information about is 8th house. Okay, second house is your family, wealth, speech. It also represents your family lineage from where you are coming. Then second house is also your resources, your security in life. Like if I have money in my hand, okay, if I have money with me, then I will feel secure. Then I will feel that okay, fine, I can sustain myself. Okay, I will have problem if I have no money in my hand. Okay, so that's why second house becomes the house of wealth also. Plus second house is also one of the marka house, the killer house, along with the seventh house. So we will talk what happens when nodes are at this axis, second and eighth axis. Okay, first let's say Rahu is in second house. Okay, Rahu represents unusual things. Rahu represents kind of explosion. It explores the results of the house it sits in. Okay, Rahu is a malefic planet. It represents illusion. It represents cheating. Okay, first thing, when Rahu is in the second house, person's family environment in early life. Okay, family environment in early life can be very unusual one. Okay, uh, it can be like unusual in many senses. It can be like someone who is born and brought up in foreign country. It can be like a very aggressive environment. It can be like someone who has a very unusual family itself, like someone who has taken birth in the family of criminals. Okay, now that person's family environment in his childhood will be very unusual. Okay, so it is also like that. So whenever Rahu is in the second house in early life, when because why I'm stressing on early life is that first house is where you take birth, and second house is the next time period. Okay, so the child has taken birth in the first house, and the second house is his early life begins. Okay, so that's why family environment in his very early life can be very unusual one, if Rahu is in the second house. Then it is house of wealth, plus Rahu represents foreign lands, so foreign sources. So it shows that someone can have foreign source of wealth. His wealth can be coming from foreign sources. Okay, during if Rahu is in the second house, Rahu explodes things, so it can explode your wealth. Rahu in the second house can give extreme wealth. At the same time, Rahu is a malefic planet, so that person may not be able to save the wealth. The problem with this person will be not earning the wealth but saving the wealth. He may be naturally spendthrift. Okay, he may be naturally spendthrift, or it is just that the situation arises. He gets some wealth and he has to spend. He has no other option. Okay, so nothing remains in his hand in terms of wealth. Okay, so that is important thing. When Rahu is in the second house, it can make someone means it is very difficult for person to save wealth. He should means here the awareness should take place, and he should plan his saving in advance. Okay, he should plan that okay, fine, I am getting my salary on this date, and I should be saving at least this much amount every month. Okay, so he should separate that amount every month at the first place. Okay, so he would have to like make an special effort to save his money. Second house is speech, and Rahu is illusion. They can very well be liars. They can be very easily be liars. Means they can speak lie. They can spread illusion like anything. Okay, with Rahu in the second house, it goes with many malefic planets, like even if you have Mars in the second house, even if you have Saturn and Ketu in the second house, person can be a liar. Okay, but with Rahu and Ketu, because they themselves represent illusion, it is a big deal that it is a big deal that person it is a big possibility that person will be like habitual liar. Okay, he cannot control himself while speaking a lie. Okay, so these things become prominent when Rahu is in the second house. So now it means that Ketu is in the 8th house. Now Ketu in the 8th house can as Ketu represents separation, isolation, spirituality, research, occult, First of all, Ketu in the 8th house is very good for occult related research. Okay, they can dig deep in anything. Okay, give them any research work and they will be the happiest person in the world. So that is always a strong point with Ketu in the 8th house. At the same time, Ketu represents split. Ketu represents separation. So now 8th house is also house of inheritance. So whatever is inheritance money, okay, suppose someone's father died and left some inheritance. Now if Ketu is in the 8th house, that inheritance will be split, will be divided into two three parts. Okay, that person will not own the whole of the inheritance with Ketu in the 8th house. uh, Ketu malefic planet, 8th house is surgeries, accidents. They can be good surgeon also, but it can also give the possibility of accidents. Okay, plus uh, in marriage benefits means it is a house of in-laws. They may not be at very good terms with their in-laws. Okay, they might not be getting many benefits after marriage. Okay, even if they are getting, even if their in-laws are behaving very nicely, this person will feel that I didn't get the desired benefits. This person will feel that okay, something is lacking just because of Ketu in the 8th house. So this is what happens, that uh, this axis, Rahu in the second house and Ketu in the 8th house, can be very beneficial in wealth matters, but in family environment, in family matters, either before your marriage or after your marriage, it can give lots of troubles. Okay, now if Ketu is in the second house and Rahu is in the 8th house, Ketu in the second house shows that person will not be gravitated towards wealth. Okay, Rahu makes us gravitate towards something, right? Ketu in the second house shows that that person is almost disinterested towards wealth. There is no interest at all in gaining wealth, in saving wealth. Okay, now it can be interpreted by in two ways. Person already has enough wealth. Okay, person has seen wealth from his childhood, extreme wealth, so he doesn't care. It is something which is already available. So once something is something or someone is always available for you, it loses its value. Okay, but it can also be like whatever you don't care. Okay, whatever you don't care, those things follow you in life. Okay, if I don't care about wealth, they say that wealth will follow me like anything. If you run after something, that thing can chase away from you. Okay, so it can also be interpreted that because they don't care for wealth, so that's why they are wealthy. It can be anyways, it can be in any order. I would like to interpret that the person is naturally wealthy from the childhood, from the birth, so he doesn't care about wealth. Okay, again, Ketu being malefic planet, as they don't care about wealth, they can become a spendthrift. They can just dish out their money like anything. So and this is what these people should remember with Rahu or Ketu in this axis. Then like Ketu is a split, separation. Okay, Ketu in the second house also can become one of the karaka of divorce or separation from partner, because understand it is house of family. So it shows a split in family, it shows separation in family, it shows two families. Okay, it shows someone can have two families with Ketu in the second house. Then they can be very good at financial research. Whenever Ketu is in the second house, they can be extremely good at financial nature of research. uh, the speech may be spiritual. They may like to communicate and speak about spirituality, occult, and wealth, but they will still spread some illusion because of Ketu's nature. Okay, they may not be like a very genuine spiritual guru or something like that. I am just telling on this axis. I am not looking at the whole chart. Okay, so you have to understand this disclaimer. Then Ketu in the second house can also make someone go away from his family because it is separation. So when Ketu is in the second house, it can make someone go away from his family from very basic childhood. Okay, like the person has taken birth and he is taken away from his family. Uh, Rahu in the eighth house can bring lots of chaotic events in life because the eighth house is the house of sudden events, accidents, and all. Rahu is exploding those things. Okay, Rahu in the eighth house can bring lots of chaotic events, lots of transformation. One transformation after another means this person may feel that my life is never stable. Okay, this can be a scene with Rahu in the eighth house. It can give high sexual desires also. It can bring money. It can bring gains from marriage or from in-laws or from inheritance. But as Rahu is insatiable, Rahu never satisfies itself. They will despite getting all the benefits from marriage, from in-laws, from inheritance, they will still feel that they didn't get the desired result. Again, the spendthrift nature can be there. They can be like getting because Rahu is a malefic planet. They can be getting inheritance, but they can be just spending it away uselessly. Then it is as it is house of occult and secrecy. They can be obsessed about occult. Their obsession can be in the occult related field, spiritual, this research oriented field, mysticism. It can also make them gravitate towards surgery and all. Okay, so and serving people through all these means, through their business. Okay, lots depend upon where in which sign they are sitting in Ketu and Rahu, and where their sign lords are sitting, dasha. So overall chart matters, but these are the basics of Rahu and Ketu in the second and eighth house axis. uh, uh, yes, and this is what I feel that it will give these results. If you have any other question, then you can write. If I remember something, I will add. Okay. From if we just take aspects. Okay, so uh, as discussed earlier, Rahu and Ketu are illusion. In these two houses, second house and eighth house, they will spread illusion. We will have no idea about these two houses, how to deal with them. But at the same time, they will aspect fifth and ninth house from themselves. Okay, so Rahu will aspect 12th house and 4th house. Ketu will aspect 6th house and 10th house if Ketu is in the second house and Rahu is in the 8th house. So Rahu and Ketu aspects will go on these houses, 4th, 6th, 10th and 12th. So in this case, they need to educate themselves because Rahu Ketu aspects are 5th and 9th. 5th house is education, 9th house is higher education. So these people need to educate themselves and get some knowledge about 4th house, 6th house, 10th house, 12th house. These houses, So they will get rid of illusion of nodes in the second eighth axis. Okay, so this is what I see about Rahu Ketu in this second and eighth axis. Personally speaking, if Rahu is in the second house, I will be very careful in trusting that person. Okay, I will be very careful in relying upon that person's word. If especially Rahu is in the second house, because they can have habit of speaking lies. Okay. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Jupiter, Lord of 8th house in 11th house for Libra ascendant. Please advise. Jupiter is in Leo sign. It is very well placed, right? So now Jupiter rules your this person's third house and 12th house. Okay. Jupiter rules third house and third house and sixth house. So first of all, it shows that gains are coming from daily work life of business setup. Okay, understand? Link all the three things together. Third house is business, self efforts. Sixth house is your daily work life. 11th house is your gains, income, and Jupiter is knowledge. So if you connect all these things, it shows that the person's gains are coming from a business oriented work environment, daily work life of business, and that business should be of knowledge sharing, where a person shares his knowledge with others. So that is the thing. Then Jupiter in 11th house can expand the wealth. It can expand the social networking circle also. Means this person can have lots of friends and all that. Okay. For Libra ascendant, Jupiter can't be 8th house lord, right? For Libra ascendant, Jupiter is third and 6th lord. Venus is 8th lord. Okay, so in case you are asking about Venus, then Venus in 11th house shows that first of all Venus rules the first and the 8th. So Venus connects their Libra ascendant's life path with instability. So they need to be receptive towards instability. What I mean to say is that if any change is coming in life, okay, they should not resist that change. They should not resist that change. They should just flow with that change. Then only they can gain, because Venus is sitting in the 11th house Leo, okay, of income or gains. So it shows that every change in life will bring some gains. So what they should do is to flow with the change, not to resist the change. If they resist, they will create stress. Libra ascendant Rahu along with Mars in third house and Ketu alone in ninth house. Third house means Sagittarius and Ketu in the ninth house. Third and ninth axis is knowledge oriented axis. Third house is collection of information, and ninth house is higher education. Okay, so whenever these nodes are involved in third and ninth axis, it is more about collecting information and sharing information, getting some knowledge, learning something new, and sharing something new. So Rahu Mars in third house in Sagittarius can make this person gravitate towards knowledge related business. Okay, any business where this person shares the knowledge. Okay, then Ketu in the ninth house can make someone research a lot upon higher education, religion, philosophy, all these things. Okay, so this axis of third ninth is education oriented axis, ninth knowledge oriented axis. So they should focus more on these things. Okay. Rahu Ketu in second, he is spendthrift, likes to earn more, uh, like to earn more and more foreign money also. Okay, he lies at times, but it's more about business manipulation. Okay, not in relationship. So I think it depends upon dispositor also. Uh, what about Pitra dosha conferring in second and eighth axis? Uh, Ketu in the eighth, mystical sudden death. How true it is? Okay, fine. That's good if he doesn't lie in relationship or family matters. Okay, and as I said that overall chart matters. Okay. Now, uh, Pitra dosha conferring in second and eighth. So first of all, I will, as I always say, that I will not consider anything as dosha in any chart. Okay, my philosophy is very clear. If we say that God is perfect and God is giving you birth and God is deciding your chart, then there cannot be any dosha. Your chart is perfect for your life, my chart is perfect for my life. Okay, it is as simple as this. So I don't consider anything as dosha or any curse or something for which we need to do anything. Okay, first of all, if there is any dosha, then you cannot do anything. Okay, if even if we consider, okay, God has given you dosha. Okay, now do you think that by doing something on your own, you will overpower the dosha given by the God? Okay, so what type of God it is? Okay, so that's why I don't go into this logic philosophy of dosha or what it will bring. Basically, you are given a chart, you have to live your life according to that chart. That's it. Ketu in the 8th house gives mystical sudden death. How true is it? I don't think so. Death related houses are actually second and seventh. Okay, they are the marka houses. When recently my grandfather expired, his both the houses were active, second and seventh. Okay, so they are the marka houses. uh, so it can bring accidents. Okay, understand it like this. Alone, Ketu in the 8th house only. If you have Ketu in the 8th house, on that basis sudden death or mystical death cannot come. Okay, other involvement would be there, other houses would be involved somewhere, then only the Ketu in the 8th house can give these results. Okay, alone Ketu in the 8th house may not give this result. It can bring accidents though. Okay, but death is for that death, lots of things should be in the place. Ketu in the second house, Aquarius, with Saturn, Rahu in the 8th house, Leo, with Saturn and Jupiter. Okay, Rahu, Saturn, and Jupiter in the 8th house. 8th house has three strong planets. Okay, it shows the whole life can be of instability. Okay, it can, yeah, this is one more thing. And that with Rahu in the 8th house, the person can go through many instability in life. Person may feel that his life is never a stable one. So Rahu, Saturn in the Saturn Jupiter in the 8th house can give lots of instability in life. Ketu in Aquarius, Ketu in Aquarius in second house. I covered the second house related thing. Ketu in Aquarius brings someone who is concerned about the whole humanity, okay, rather than his own family. Understand that it is happening in the second house of family. So the Ketu in the second house in Aquarius, person will feel that the whole world, the whole humanity is his family. His family doesn't consist of these 3 4 people, but the whole humanity is his family. And he will be more inclined towards connecting with all those people. Ketu in the third house, Rahu in the uh, ninth. Anyways, we are going to cover third and ninth axis next time. But like Ketu in the Taurus in third house shows someone who is very good at financial nature of research, wealth related research, because Taurus is the sign of wealth and assets, and third house is business. They can be very good at business also. They in later part of life they can do business related with finance and wealth. Rahu is in Scorpio in ninth house. It brings that desire of getting more and more knowledge and education related with the occult and research oriented subjects. Okay, so Rahu in Scorpio is almost like Rahu in the eighth house. So it shows that the instability factor also in ninth house. It can also bring the unusualness in the religious beliefs. But yeah, I am good. How are you? Any question other? Libra ascendant, Rahu in first house, Ketu in the seventh house. How is marriage life and nature of the person? Marriage life, first of all, again, relationship life. We can talk about relationship life, not marriage life. Marriage and astrology has no connection with each other. Okay. Uh, Nature of the person means person himself or the spouse or partner. So Rahu in the first house can make someone self obsessed. First house is self. Rahu is obsession. That person can be focused on himself. That person may not be like very much inclined towards the other person. Okay, towards the feelings of other person and all. That makes relationship difficult for them, because Ketu is falling in the seventh house. Seventh house is relationship, Ketu is separation. So it brings that tug of war kind of thing, that because of your social environment, because of your your cousins getting married, your siblings are getting married, okay, your friends are getting married, you will also feel, the person will also feel that okay, I should have relationship and all. So desire comes because of your social circumstances, but then when this person gets into relationship, he feels the separation. Okay, that okay, my single life was fine, so now he wants to go back to his single life. Then when he reaches into single life after breakup or separation, he again desires to have a relationship because of again social circumstances. So this is a tug of war like situation which continues, and this person needs to realize that problem is with him, not with the other person. Okay, if he is having the same feeling again and again with different partners, that means problem is with him rather than any other person. Okay, so no matter how many partners he is going to change, he will have the similar feeling. Okay, that he will first desire for relationship, then he will say that okay, my single life was better. So the tug of war will continue. He is supposed to deal with this tug of war internally rather than externally. He cannot project that frustration or that separation feeling on other person. Okay, this is the biggest mistake we do, that we project our own frustration, our inner frustration on other person, that it is his mistake. Okay, it is not anyone's mistake, it is your mistake. Okay, and that you are feeling like this. Okay, so this is something this person needs to deal within himself rather than projecting on other, because if he projects on others, then it will further spoil the relationships. If he works upon himself, then things can be better. Okay, finally, nature of the person. I don't think we can say about nature of person, even if we have to whole horoscope of someone, because understand that I have also written about it before, that every house, every sign and every planet represents many things. Okay, many a truckload of things. Okay, now we cannot take one characteristics out of those things and give it to a person. We can't just say, oh, you have Jupiter in the ninth house, then you have to be very learned. Not necessary, because that Jupiter may be getting aspect of Saturn, that may Jupiter may be conjunct with Rahu, it may be in the Papkartri Yoga. Okay, so a lot of things are involved. So that's why we should never rely upon astrological advice to know how a person's nature is. Okay, I'd give you another example. Scorpio. Okay, my ascendant. Scorpio is the sign of secrecy. At the same time, Scorpio is sign of transparency. Okay, because it is water sign, it becomes the sign of transparency also. And if it is if we take the natural traits of Scorpio, they are very secretive. So now secrecy and transparency are completely opposite characteristics. They are completely opposite traits. A person can either be secretive or he can be transparent. Okay, so now we cannot say by looking at my chart that okay, fine, you are very secretive person or you are very transparent person. I can be both, and I am both. I am both actually, because when I am new to someone, when I am meeting someone for the first time, okay, or I am starting a friendship with someone, at that time I am very secretive. I never let anyone know anything about me. But when I can trust someone, okay, when I can trust someone, then I become very transparent. Okay, so that's why it can be the biggest mistake you are doing if you are trying to take help of astrology to know someone's nature. Okay, then that is the biggest mistake you will do. You can know the nature of person only by meeting someone, talking to someone over a long period of time. Okay, not before that. I think I replied. Manjari Modi. Yeah, I replied your comment. Like Libra ascendant, 8th lord in the 11th house, as I said that uh, it should be life of transformation, and every transformation will bring more gains. So one should be receptive towards the transformation. Second thing is that you asked about Jupiter being in 11th house. So I said that it shows that knowledge oriented business will bring gains. Actually, what is the difference between Rahu Ketu node and Ketu Rahu node? Like some people have Rahu in the third house and Rahu in the third house and Ketu in the ninth house, while others Ketu in the third house, Rahu in the ninth house. Rahu is where we gravitate, and Ketu is where we feel separated. Okay, that's why Ketu is something which we have already accomplished. Please look at my earlier video of Rahu and Ketu, where I tried to give my understanding of Rahu and Ketu and how they should be interpreted. I will post its link later with this video. Okay, so it will give the basics of Rahu and Ketu, and you will know that if Rahu is in the third house, person will be gravitated or obsessed towards third house related thing. If Rahu is in the ninth house, person will be more focused at ninth house related things. Vice versa, if Ketu is in the third house, person will be feeling separated from third house related thing. And if Ketu is in the ninth house, person will be feeling separated from ninth house related things. Ketu in the sixth house, Libra. 29 degree conjunct with a Saturn in 7th house, Scorpio degree at 5 degree. Will Ketu impact 7th house? Ketu in the 6th house, Libra, 29 degree conjunct with a Saturn in the 7th house, 29 degree of Libra. Okay, so Ketu has just entered into Libra. So it is a Sandhi conjunction. Ketu is anyways impacting 7th house because Ketu is anyways impacting 7th house because it is ruling the 7th house. But even in other case where Ketu was not ruling 7th house, some other sign was there in the 7th house besides Scorpio. Even then it is a Sandhi conjunction. Ketu will have impact on Saturn itself. Saturn at least and if it is impacting Saturn, it is impacting 7th house also. Leo ascendant, Rahu placed in the third house, Ketu in the ninth house. What kind of results we can expect with this placement? Leo ascendant, Rahu in the sun. This person should be in business because Rahu is in the third house, Libra, and Ketu placed in the ninth house, Aries, I guess, right? So this first thing, Rahu gravitates, so this person should be in business. Ketu can make him research about higher education and religion, philosophy kind of things. It is important that Mars is in good dignity, otherwise this Ketu can go in different directions. Okay, again it is third ninth axis, so it is knowledge oriented axis. Actually 8th house lord is Venus, and first house, will this person be successful for own business? Anyways, means Libra ascendant, Libra is sign of business, ascendant is your life path. Every Libra ascendant person should be in business. That is the only way they can grow in life. It is natural for them to be a business person. Okay, in this case, like Venus is also sitting in the first house in Libra after ruling the 8th house of business benefits. So it shows that business benefits are coming to the person. Okay, it is a very strong position for business. Okay, due to 8th house, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn in Leo, life was unstable. But people who see from outside don't find it much unstable. According to them, I had excellent ritually life in my fine father's home, got love marriage, and living happily with loving husband, two boys. Life is perfect according to others. It is only now at 40 years visible different disturbances. Yes, it is the case in 90%. It is the situation in 90% cases. You are not alone. Okay, that grass looks greener from far. Can you explain Rahu in the 8th house Leo with Jupiter and Saturn more? Uh, okay, so I will try. Yeah, it can bring this Guru Chandal Yoga impact because the person will have some unusual views about religion and philosophy. Okay, it can limit the benefits of the marriage because Saturn is there. uh, it is a stressful combination. It is stressful for marriage matters, at least. Because the 8th house is marriage benefits and Rahu Saturn both are there. It is creating some huge stress in marriage. Okay. Plus it can gravitate the person towards the occult field. It can give lots of knowledge about the occult field, occult or any research oriented subject. Normally as an astrologer we use the word occult, but 8th house is any research oriented knowledge. Okay, so this Rahu Jupiter in the 8th house can bring lots of research oriented knowledge, but the Saturn is only bringing the stress. Saturn with in 8th house with Rahu, another malefic, is bringing lots of stress in marriage related matters in relationship. Okay, any further question? And Lagna Lord with will it make 8th house more unstable? Another thing I can add here is that as Saturn is slow in nature, okay, its speed is slow. It's your Lagna Lord sitting in the 8th house. It shows a life path of instability. Okay, it shows that because first house Lord going into the 8th house, and it is an enemy sign with another malefic Rahu, so it shows major instability in life path. But as Saturn's speed is slow, none of these instability will come all of a sudden. Means you will get enough indications. You will get enough indications that some big change is coming in life. Okay, and if you take proactive measures, then you can avoid those changes. You can utilize those changes for your benefit. But if you remain ignorant, okay, which 90% of us remain ignorant, 90% of us don't pay any heed to omens and indications. Okay, so if you remain ignorant, then Rahu Saturn Jupiter in 8th house can bring lots of instability. But again, because of Saturn's slow nature, you will get enough indications that some change is coming in life. I should be proactive. Leo ascendant is Scorpio moon sign. Jupiter placed in 8th house in Pisces, Lord of 5th and 8th. How is the current Jupiter transit going to be? It is going to be a consultation. Okay, I cannot explain it in 2 minutes. Fine. You can apply for a specific consultation if you like. I will be more than happy to help you. Okay. Oh, any further question? Okay, all the best. Take care. Have a happy Sunday. uh, we will meet next week for another session. Okay, great. Bye.